You guys head down to the games room. And I'll show you the pictures, and then I will tell you about the stuff. I like you guys are doing a quick walkthrough. That was clever. Here's the pictures. It's right next to the stone thing. And let me describe the room a bit. In addition to the lovely room picture there, which kind of lets you know exactly where everything's at and stuff, there's a large battle set with various miniatures. A super old-fashioned type hand crank tape measure is on the table. And then there's also that statue. Everybody can give me Cthulhu Mythos rolls unless you can wish to name the...
what, Cthulhu?
Yeah, that is Cthulhu. Yeah, take a card. You recognize your one true master. And what's he surrounded by?
Wow. That's the third one I've got. Probably cultists or something.
That's right.
Spy training. Yay.
Oh, are you getting another skill card?
Yeah.
Shit. Because that's what you need is more skills.
I do.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to put it in.
There are no exits out of this room other than going back to the billiard room, and then you have choices. But is there anything else you wish to examine in here?
I think we're just doing a quick survey, so not right now.
And in that case, everybody give me a spot hidden at half.
Check out the tape measure.
-30,
Yeah.
Okay.
They all look at it, and you go over and pick it up, and it's got on the tape measure. Imagine if you took a red magic marker and made a line across some of the numbers, right? Like I measuring something, and I always need this measurement, and then you made the red line, right? But this one moves, and seemingly at random back and forth along the tape measure. It looks just like somebody drew with a fucking red Sharpie, but it moves back and forth for reasons.
Right.
Everybody's being very careful not to touch anything, so you guys all look at it, moving back and forth. It got old quick.
The line moves itself.
Yes, the red line seems to be moving itself back and forth at quasi-random intervals to different areas. Not to the same one. Different.
So even if we're not touching it,
nobody's touching shit as far as I know, unless you're like, I want to. I'm figuring you guys are going super cautious and just looking at everything right now.
Yeah.
So that's the interesting thing there. Like self-moving red drawn lines are always interesting. And phrase like, how could I put this into my art? Because I am an artiste.
Right.
All right.
The next room, the last room.
You guys go back to the billiard room, and then from there into the trophy room, where you get to see some different stuff. Here's more pictures. Now,
oh my god,
the cryo tank thing that you see there does not appear to be an actual cryo tank. It looks like it's made of plastic. It's like if you were to buy like a Star Trek bridge, it's about that realistic, off of eBay or whatever. It doesn't do anything. It can't be made into something else. It doesn't have a body inside of it, which is really good. There's also that strange symbol in the triangle. The Sleestack skull appears to be like a plaster skull of a Sleestack. The strange symbol, possibly significant. The skull with another fucking symbol on it, who knows? The large painting, which is
we know that.
as life-size painting, his eyes seem to be boring in on you guys.
Right, so this looks like a place that has a collection of random stuff from everywhere. From stuff that we've done or we've encountered before within the shadows.
Isn't that Zog's symbol?
Well, I was going to say Z for Zog. You got Sleestack, you got the painting of...
Hey, that's the painting that I drew a while ago. Cool.
And... what about the symbol at the end, Logan? And the one on the skull?
Don't
Not
know,
really
I've
sure
seen
on
them,
those, unless you
seen them
can.
before, don't know what they mean.
Looks like a 24 and a 5 under the eye sockets.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You can see marks on the temples too.
There's so much
Okay.
symbolism here.
More shit. Cool. All right, let's go on. Let's not get sidetracked yet.
Yet.
Hmm.
Okay.
Gather everything.
Okay, yep, sure.
You drag
Um,
Freddy off. You guys go back to the billiard room, back to the living room, and then from there into the study.
Yep.
Here's some pictures of the study.
So many pictures. But
Oh, you're not even partway done with the pictures. Oops. Everybody give me a spot hidden roll at half.
I'm playing training time.
Because he needs more skills.
I'm on more skills.
Okay, right. Freddy definitely got it.
It's my stapler.
He goes over, presses part of the desk, fucking thing pops out, and that's the second picture, that fucked up looking book thing there. That was in there. It's currently laying in, it used to be a hidden compartment in the desk, but you guys are, wow, Kinley missed it. He goes, oh, like, wow. And you're not sure if he's shocked that it was a cool pop-out secret drawer thing, or the fact that he missed it is freaking him out. You don't know. It's been so long since he didn't see something that he looks a little freaked out, maybe. Okay, then the bust appears to be a female bust with faces in each direction. Some very unusual, you don't know what the fuck those are, and of course the famous red swing line stapler.
Looks like one male, one female.
Yeah, they should both be female. Sorry.
Okay.
Which is what, the two sides of Janice?
But there is a book.
I'm not reading that.
Janice had the twins, isn't it? The two sides or whatever to her. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the voice of burnout here.
It's like literally what Janice means.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's the representation of maybe her. I'm guessing this is going to be one of these where it's going to try and distract us to fuck with all of this crazy shit. And we're going to have to really focus in on the important stuff.
Any like repair mechanical roll or something to know what these weird tongue-looking things are?
Nope.
Those are shears.
Shears? Oh.
Like primitive scissors.
Wow, take a card, Scott. You're
I
on
was going to say
fire.
cutting, like hair for sheep and stuff.
Yeah. Would you like to take a moment to shear Freddy?
Yeah. I pick them up.
When
They
you
work
pick
like
them
that.
up, give me a essence roll as you have finally touched something. Ha ha ha.
Damn it, why did you touch it?
And then
It's
he
always
exploded.
I had to mansplain how they work.
Mhm.
Oh,
Wow.
one crit.
Okay, cool. By the way, in the future, anytime I say give me an essence roll or whatever, always hit ×5 because then lower is better. We don't have to do math, Scott. Math bad. Anyway, rolling a not one though. We can avoid the math thing. These feel powerful. You can feel a thrum of power through your body.
So I say
You're not
they
sure
work
if you
like
want
this.
to shear Shetty with Fred.
Oh, I'd step away from that.
He's doing his O face as he's holding them, so that's not good.
Do not approach me with those things. I don't know where
He's
they're
just
going.
looking at you and going, oh. You're like, I'm scared.
Can you put them down?
Powerful.
Of course they are.
Unfortunately, they are also mysterious, and their power is only matched by their mystery.
But if you want to shave your pubes later, we can do that. Just put them down.
Right.
The
Yeah, it's
book
fine now.
continues laying there, looking completely innocent. It appears to be some sort of handwritten volume.
Are we done with this wing?
What language is it in?
You'd have to touch it to find out.
I
Are we
open it
done?
with a stick.
He picks up a pencil. He goes, oh no. It appears to be written in English. It has
I'm not reading
words.
it.
Lots of words. Would you like to read the words?
I'll read. I'll look for a title page.
It doesn't have a fucking title page, and these handwritten books never have a fucking. How to Go Mad in One Easy Step. That's a good title page.
Yeah, I'll just read it.
All right, please read it out loud for a card. Here you go. That's part one. Let me know when you're ready for part two.
Okay.
Oh, it's written in legible writing. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
A summation of a dairy, supposedly written by Janice.
Do you like the cow pun?
Reading this shows that she is a very private person who may not be telling everything or is unwilling to admit certain things, even to herself. After Janice was abandoned by her mother, Mildred, and by Mildred's friends, Amber, she was looked after for a short time by Mel. Mel disappeared from Amber, whether off on her own errands or by foul play is unknown. Janice suspects that several of the Amberites, who she thinks are shitty people at the best of times, had Mel killed. She doesn't know why. Janice became pregnant in Amber, whether through abuse, rape, love, it is not hinted. The father did not know she was pregnant when she left, but she was very young. It is hinted that the father is a Lord of Amber. It seems that she may have been either seduced in a moment of weakness or even had some sort of mind-influencing magic used upon her. It's not clear from the text. What she makes very clear is that after a one-night stand, she was dumped and not even acknowledged. Feeling very angry, she went to a place called Skegland. Possibly Skegland. This place has repulsor walks and other science-y stuff. Time within the shadow seems to also move freakishly fast compared to time in Amber. She had a child, which she named Jator, and raised him in Skegland. He grew up always knowing he was of Amber, but not knowing who his father was. In the tradition of her mother's, Janice did not speak much of his father to Jator.
The tradition of a
That's part two.
Oh, yay, more.
Let's see. Jator joined the military despite Janice's wishes. This again led her into a cycle of depression. She felt that he too abandoned her. Janice's one consolation is that the military might make Jator strong enough to deal with those in Amber. Whether she meant to stand up to or slaughter isn't apparent. From her tone, she seems to vacillate between missing her unnamed brief lover, wanting to kill him and all his relatives. Skegland went to war with Vardabard. Jator was sent off with his unit, went through many military campaigns. He rose through the ranks and got jobs and citations, many of which he was not allowed to speak of. Janice knew only that he was in some sort of elite unit. Eventually, his unit found themselves in a brutal fight. Jator became the unit's sole survivor. That probably means sole survivor. There was a dark cloud over his discharge, as the military did not know whether this person was a heroic survivor, someone who had betrayed the entire unit, coward, or lucky. The war and slaughter caused something to snap inside of him and changed him for the worse. He returned home for a brief time, in which Janice alternatively ignored, berated, and mercilessly mothered him. He left again, casting her into a dark depression. As a civilian, Jator met someone who was in Skegland, who in turn introduced him to a man named Trevor. Trevor ended up giving Jator some sort of job. Last time she saw Jator, he seems to have adopted the colors of purple, green, and white.
Okay.
From the look on his face, you're thinking Kinley may have put something together. Or he's going
Since
crazy.
everyone seems to have left her, Janice formulated a plan to work on keeping her parents, who she seems to both love and hate, safe. Though she fails to elaborate on the plan.
Take a card, Scott. Well done reading.
Oh, she's the one that made the skull wall, right?
She is the skull wall.
She
Kind of.
is the skull wall.
She's in it, or part of it is in it.
Huh. Are we in the skull wall?
We're on the other side of it. Or maybe we are, I don't know. We did walk through the door. Okay. So apparently,
Take a
Kinley,
card,
your grandmother.
Scott, for good reading.
Congratulations, Kinley, on being a grandfather, I guess.
Yay!
What was the thing you put together, Kinley? You looked like you'd figured something out, and I want to give you cards.
Well, Trevor could obviously be Trevor that we know of Helgring.
Yeah.
That was Helgring. But that doesn't tie together with the colours, because that's not their colours.
Not their colors.
No. Could be one of the houses. But I noted down all the houses that we were told about. And
None of those have those particular colors, although give me memory rolls. This is just
which is really cool, because if my grandson's gone to Chaos, I am happy.
Yeah. Glenn, you're not sure where. Kinley, you're not sure where, because I'm an evil bitch, even though you got a crit, but both of you have seen an individual wearing those exact colors. Individual.
Oh, hold on. They're the Joker colours?
Card, Kinley.
Oh, fucking hell.
Are you serious?
Motherfucker.
Is the Joker your grandchild? Because that would explain a lot.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jator, Joker.
I think my brain just snapped. Call me granddad. It just makes a lot of sense, though. It does make sense why he's...
Yeah. Finally makes sense.
Sorry, Logan, is this class as a prestige mod?
Yes.
Okay. I got a victory prestige.
I will make a note to let people know that. I forgot.
Alright, so
Wow.
he joined the military to eventually fuck up Amber, and is now probably... You know what? He probably took the unicorn's eye.
You're not sure if he struck you as that fucking powerful.
I mean,
He's well. If he was the one who freed and empowered the Poochie, then he is quite powerful. But we don't know if he's that powerful enough.
True.
But if he's trained along the Lords of Chaos, then yeah, he could be pretty fucking powerful.
Didn't you get to kill him once, Scott?
Yeah, we took him down.
Nice.
Oh dear.
At least once.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to
My
be happy.
my grandkid.
Don't worry, your grandkid's important.
It was him or me.
Wow. I'm so proud. So proud.
Somebody tries to machine gun you from a helicopter.
Yeah, well,
It's on, bitch.
that's my grandkid. Wow.
You're now looking at Kinley and thinking, yeah, that does kind of, He is the I can see his grandkid trying to machine gun me from a fucking helicopter.
I wonder if Trevor gave the Joker the job, which is mentioned in the journal, of destroying, well, not destroying, of maybe helping build the Logos once whoever stole the eye.
It does make sense then, because, well, yeah, it definitely, because I did wonder why Chaos was so inactive at the moment with everything going on. And I kind of thought, you know, surely they should be doing something to try and make another Logos so they can gain more power in these shadows. And it maybe seems like that's kind of what's actually happened now in a roundabout way with... I always thought he was affiliated somehow with Chaos, because he himself is a being of Chaos.
Yeah, he literally is, yeah. The embodiment of Chaos, yeah. The question is... Alright, so... I think we can all agree that this is all maybe Janice's way of telling us this. Because if we are literally in the skull wall, then Janice must be the one who made this. And left all these clues for us.
Exactly what I was going to say was, you know, we're here for a reason. We've been brought here. We've been allowed in here. So obviously there is... This is interesting. This has made more questions for me. Because I was always under the impression...
Stop saying smart shit before you get cards.
That's true. Logo, come back! I'll wait until he comes back, because then it might fucking...
They might look at you funny and be like, no. Oh, yes.
So, now Logan's back. We can say clever shit. We have been brought here. We've been allowed in. And we've been allowed to see all this shit for a reason. Someone wants us here. Someone wants something done here. Now, the weird thing is, we thought we were under the impression that the Blue Mage was working for Janice, right? Because we were told his boss, she wants something, and we went, oh, she must be Janice. Why is his minions here destroying her shit? If that's the case,
I think
so maybe the Blue Mage is not aligned with her. Maybe they're at odds at each other.
That's what I'm thinking as well, because the Blue Mage wants to destroy the pattern,
and these guys
that would mess up Janice's whole everything. Yeah. She wants both, I think.
She wants both. She wants both the balance and the power from both.
Or maybe I don't know if she wants the Logos. That might be something the Joker's doing on his own.
You might be right, because he might be rebelling from because we already know that he's not.
But she definitely doesn't want the pattern destroyed.
No, because she in herself is part of that. We sensed the pattern coming in. We didn't send the Sunny Chaos here.
Yeah.
So they could be at odds. It could be that she is. But then why would the Blue Mages be here destroying the stuff unless...
I don't think they're real. I think they're just... As if we're to believe that this is a construct of Janice, then those blue men people are just kind of symbols to represent the Blue Mage destroying.
Even that being the case, though, that still doesn't quite kind of... Why then? Why would symbols of the Blue Mage be in Janice destroying her shit?
So that she can show us that the Blue Mage is trying to destroy her shit, and we need to stop them.
Or they're here to destroy the shit because she doesn't want us to find out about it.
But you just said she'd let us in for a reason.
Yeah, true. But we still don't know exactly why we are here.
True.
But there's all these possibilities. Oh my god, I've got too many cards. I don't know what to do. I'm going to throw some really good cards away. Does anyone want a strength 20?
Yeah.
No? Anyone want a skill 15?
No.
Can't believe what's wrong with skills.
Just noticed something in the riddle.
Oh,
It says, on the tines of 3, 2, can you dissect? And we saw a statue with a trident earlier.
we also saw a bust with 2 faces.
Right.
I think we need to explore the rest of this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of shit in here that's going to possibly distract us, and we don't.
Yeah.
This is time sensitive.
Let's go and check everything out. So,
Yeah.
No
but
problem.
that's good information, though.
Oh, sorry, Logan. In the whole time we've been here, have we seen a grandfather clock or a big clock anywhere?
No, you haven't. Take a card, Matt. And then decrease your hand, you filthy bastard. You have too many cards. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, because it's a really weird line, but on the tines of 3, to can you dissect? The tines of 3, I'm guessing like chimes type, another word for chimes or something like that?
Also, we still don't have petticoats.
Tines is like the prongs of a fork.
Fucking card, Scott.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned the trident.
English.
But the clock also could, if there was one of those Ankary clock things, that could be interesting if we find one of those.
I did feel bad for Yana because I used some rather complicated English words in this, so I
She
told
had
her.
Sheila and
Right.
Emily.
Oh, and they fucking pulled it off admirably, but I told her ahead of time. I was like, yeah, you're going to have to use them for English skills as well. So they all did have to work together. It was awesome.
Anybody want assistant D10 damage?
Whoa.
I've got really good cards.
And it's... No, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I think we're okay at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
those guys really seem to punk quickly.
Okay, let's get on with it. Let's really
Alright,
kind
so
of
anything
cover the
else
rest
on
of
the
it.
study?
No, that seems to be it for the study.
Okay.
Alright, let's go back to the Eastern Gallery and then to the long corridor.
I was gonna say, does that mean we feel like we've covered this whole wing?
No,
No.
there's still more.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Don't worry, I
Okay.
have a map.
He's got a
Good,
map.
good. I'm glad you're good.
He takes you back to the Eastern Gallery and then down the long corridor. And down the long corridor is more stuff. On the corridor walls are hung these pictures, which the first one everybody should recognize easily. Here, let me do the Scott thing.
We're on the card
Ooh.
page.
Pew, pew, pew. Boop. One of those pictures, Freddie at least had better recognize. The other one, anybody who's been to the Arctic where the big women were, recognizes that.
It's a lot of lightning.
Yes. Very special kind of blue lightning.
Wasn't that in was that the lightning storms when
Yeah, it's a
things
weird
started,
storm.
when all the fucking things started intersecting?
That
And
as
that
well.
lady dropped out of the sky.
That as
Yeah.
well.
The first place we saw this was in Guri, and then it seemed to leak out everywhere else when things were going all batshit. It could also be a snowstorm.
Yeah.
It looks really similar.
And from there, you guys head down the corridor into a large room. Like just before you get to the room, like marking the room, like above the door lintel, you see this other strange sign. Yep. Above the door lintel. The room itself that you go into then, or can go into, or can cautiously peer into, whatever, has a lot of church pews facing the opposite wall. Mounted on the wall is a really big metal disc, like you know those frisbees that don't have the middle inside?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That made out of stainless steel, really fucking big, like you're not going to stick it even in Scott's backpack. and it's mounted to the wall.
What, large steel discs?
Yep, just one.
Just one.
One
Is there
big
anything
one.
anything on it, or is it just
No,
plain?
it appears to be completely unblemished. It's non-reflective.
I attempt some shit.
Are you wanting to go in that room?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, you go in. Cool. Nothing bad happens. There's no books in the pews. There's no kneely things like the Catholics have, you know, get up, get down on your knees. I mean, just have the priest pick one position to molest the altar boys.
Is
That's what
the
I say.
disc high magic?
There's something there. Something, just a filament of it, maybe? So, yes. Yes. Since you get a yes or no, yes.
I don't recognize.
Is it like a chakra?
Is it a broken effect?
No.
Okay.
Is it chakra? If it is a chakra, it's made for a fucking big ass giant to throw at people, but it's shaped generally like one. I mean, you'd have to be really
I blur
big.
this. I believe this is some form of high magic. It's not kind of massively apparent, but it's.
It doesn't remind me of the weird stone things that the bird people from MMO Land used, is it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did the Birdland people.
Alright.
Birdland.
Oh man, McKay's gonna have a field day with all this.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I can't wait to get everybody to run through this.
Yeah, well, when he sees all these symbols, he's gonna just.
I'm gonna have a fucking field day. I'm having a field day.
Yay, field day.
The symbol on the lintel, is that like a all-seeing eye?
We've seen it elsewhere. I don't know what it is.
See, the fun thing is that they know they've seen it, and it's actually been in mods and stuff and placed, and it was like significant. And they went, cool symbol, let's rock. And then they forgot where they saw it. And now they're like, why do I keep seeing this? Who the fuck knows?
Don't worry, McKay will figure it out eventually. He's the symbologist. That's his job.
Symbology.
Your guys' job will be to tell McKay that he needs to play and get on this sometime. Okay, so
I love this shit.
Unless there's anything else you're wanting to do in this room, now the eastern wing is at last done. You only have one more wing.
Alright, let's go to the west.
You guys go backtrack all the way back to the entry hall. You check on your prize, that poor bastard who's in the cloakroom. He's managed to inchworm his way just barely out of the cloakroom into the entry hall. He stops and pretends to be dead when you look at him. You know, drag him back into the foyer.
Back in you go.
Cloakroom, yeah. You stick him back in.
Shut the door. Lock the door.
Take off my cloak and drape it over him.
You do so. Make a note that your cloak is no longer on.
Okay.
You're like, you feel awkward doing this for some reason. But you are dressed in drag. The other two are dressed in cow. But
West Wing.
You're definitely prettier. Okay,
Yeah.
so.
Definitely male cows.
Yes, I'm afraid so. You guys head into the West Wing, and it's even better than that TV show. Let's see, move map. I've noticed that having Matt start the session seems to be paying off.
Yeah.
Oops. Get back.
Oh yay, more symbology.
Oh, look, it's a triskelion. I know what that is.
Well done. The Western Gallery is one of those long hallways. It has white curtains on one side, and on the other side, in addition to the symbol, oh, by the way, this is the kind of room it's got like candelabras. The whole house is lit. There's no, and it looks like candles are going everywhere and shit. Like somebody's like, hey, they're coming, light all the candles and stuff. Instead of paintings on the opposite side of the wall, though, there are signed cast photos of various PCs from the Handy show. So, Freddie, you do get to see several pictures of these two guys in their handy costumes and stuff. Fortunately for you, they're just looking at them and shaking their heads and fists. Fortunately for you, you were never in that show.
Hated that show.
You know, you're under contract, so what can you do? Now, yeah, this is also the kind of hallway that, you know, somebody in like a dress could like dramatically run down with the curtains blowing and
So
stuff.
hold on. Both the west and east have white curtains?
Yes.
Nah.
Well, I think we know where the white comes from, don't we?
I'm disappointed now, but okay. I was hoping one would be black, the other would be white, but okay. Yep, carry on. Yep, could be the white AI, who knows?
Woo. And this then takes you into the parlor. I will uncover some pictures and then read some of these stuff for you. The parlor looks like a normal, like, let's hang out in the parlor type parlor. Now, in addition to several of the Grognak the Barbarian comics, which you can see exactly which issues there, it looks like it's stocked with books by the famous Scottish poet Ian McTeagle. Some examples of his poetry. To my own beloved lassie, a poem on her 17th birthday. Lend us a couple bob till Thursday. I'm absolutely skint, but I'm expecting a postal order and I can pay you back as soon as it comes. Love, Ewan. Another. Can I have £50 to mend the shed? I'm right on me uppers. I can pay you back when this postal order comes from Australia. Honestly. Hope the bladder trouble's getting better. Love, Ewan. Other titles include My New Checkbook Hasn't Arrived, What's 20 quid to the Bloody Midland Bank, and Can You Lend Me 1,000 quid?
What was his name?
Ewan McTeagle. I will copy and paste it for you.
Thank you.
Is that from Monty Python?
Card. Yes, you can actually go watch him reading or watch people reading his famous poems from the most famous of all Scottish poets. No.
That's where Logan, you were on crack when you did it.
Yes. Off of this room, it keeps getting worse too. Off of this room is either bathrooms, music room, or the dining hall.
Bathrooms.
You head over to the bathroom, and aside from the normal stuff one would find in a bathroom, this here is noticeable. Yep. And it also has a magazine for your reading pleasure while you're on the toilet.
Hobo Central, yeah.
3 different seashells.
You know, the funniest thing is when I saw that picture I think you used before, I actually took that in and showed the guy at work because he looks just like that. The guy at work who looks just like that. He's got the same beard, everything. And I'm like, you didn't tell me you had been in this publication? And he was like, what the fuck?
That's awesome. Should have gotten a picture of him holding the picture of it. So yeah, Central Hobo's very awesome.
More seashells, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes. So from the bathroom, you go back into the parlor, and again, you can either go to music room, back to the Western Gallery, or the dining room.
Music room.
You guys head into the music room. Let me show some pictures from that and then describe some stuff. Oops. Sorry. Start over here. Look, more symbols and shit.
Ooh, look at that violin. I can play violin.
It looks like a scary violin, some sort of scary other instrument. If anybody can correctly name it, I will give them a card.
It's a lyre.
Take a card. That's exactly right.
I'm disappointed there is no hurdy-gurdy.
Yes, everybody likes the hurdy-gurdy, but there is no hurdy-gurdy. As you can see, it's a large room for the musical ambiance, and it looks like they got candelabras and shit like that. Yeah. Would you like to pick up and play the violin? There is a bow with it, of course.
Yeah, let's leave it for now. Might come back to it.
All right. Now, from here, you can either go into the ballroom, stairs up to the minstrel's gallery, or into the dining room. Mm-hmm.
Let's go to stairs up to the minstrel room for now.
All right. Is everybody clear on what a minstrel's gallery is? As it's a pretty old term. No? I heard one no?
It's the bit at the back where people would, where the band would sit, so they were kind of like there but out of sight.
Yeah, exactly. It's like an upstairs balcony. It's got like two. It's like a hallway in the upstairs, but it's got like two half walls, so that if the band gets drunk, they might not pitch themselves over the sides. And that way, if you are rich, and in this case, if you're either sitting in the ballroom or the dining room, you can listen to the music without having to associate with riffraff like musicians. So
it was like the fancy surround sound of the day.
Yeah.
It was like there's music, but there's no musicians. You guys must be wizards.
Yes. The only interesting thing up in the minstrel's gallery, carved into the wall, is this face.
Hello.
It fails to respond or move. It's like a carving.
Isn't that some kind of deity, like a nature deity or something?
Yes, a bit. Who knows which deity that would be, though?
I'll try and detect high magic on it, but I think everything in this place is probably going to be high magic.
He says. He chose him go. Yeah. Okay. So from here, you can either go back to whence ye came, or down to the ballroom, or down to the dining room through discreet stairs.
Right, let's do the ballroom while we're in here, because that leads off of this, right? So.
Yep. No problem. You guys head over to the ballroom. There's a large picture on one of the walls that looks like this. And it also leads to toilets, which have the 3 seashells and look just like the toilets you've recently seen.
Some kind of moon goddess or something?
It does seem significant.
Set in the background. Papaya? I like my papayas. Da, 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 da.
Oh, Frey's getting ready to make a connection.
No, I don't know.
The hat looks familiar, but...
Is it like the Roman deity Janus or something?
Not really sure. Janus usually has more than one face. That's the only way you can really tell. I mean, if Janus is facing you with one of its faces, you might not even know it's him.
I want to say Lady Liberty, but for some reason that comes to mind. Some kind of balance goddess or scales.
I don't know why, but that orb on her head reminds me of the unicorn's eye.
Everything reminds you of the unicorn's eye.
You don't.
That is the full picture, yes, and it's really big.
The unicorn's eye. Yeah.
Okay, take a note of it.
Even though it's not blue, well, it's kind of blue, but not really.
Yeah, so it's blue. It's bluish.
From here, you can either go back to whence ye came or into the dining room / great hall.
dining room / corridor.
It looks like there's a fire that's been set, and I even have a picture of the fire as well. And that's what the dining room looks like. And the fire, although it's not like in a pit, it's in the fireplace, but that's what the fire looks like.
I don't see anything.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
More. Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bitch, you ain't done yet. I got pages of this shit. Yeah.
Give me now.
Yeah. Get some.
I need to take a bio break.
There's no peeing here. Just go in your pants. No, okay. Oh, he did mute himself. Good man. Well,
I'm going to do the same while he's on.
All right. You're stuck here. Are you enjoying yourself, Freddie? Do you wish you'd taken better notes, Freddie?
Not really.
That's cold, man. Get a little symbolism.
Stupid ass symbolism.
Some good shit. It took me over 20 hours to get all this shit together. Yeah.
I wish so much I could have seen the look on Yana's face when she found out that the Joker was her grand.
Oh no, they did. I don't think she figured that out.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, me.
When are you playing? When are we playing with her next? Come on, sign up sheets.
Well,
I think I'm gonna have to fuck with her even more. I'll put her on something on the boards going.
well,
Mildred, I'm so happy your grandson's done so well, and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Yeah, the Joker. Look how far he's come," and she'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Don't. If you want to do that, send her a private
no.
message.
Yeah.
Private message
Right.
because.
Spoilers. Yeah.
Right. Spoilers.
Damn it, I'm not playing with Yana for a while.
Oh, that's a pity.
Yeah. All the way to the end of June. Oh.
This is. I'm really liking this because this is revealing some big shit, which is always fun.
That way, when Pete does this, I'll just turn to him and be like, "So, all those symbols. Now, tell me where they will come from, and it'll be fine."
So you're up for doing a no-brainer with Pete, is what you're trying to tell me?
If I need to, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I don't mind.
you might find though that things like, I mean, the symbols, like we all know we've seen the symbols, but how many people have really questioned the symbols or found out exactly what they do? We've never led to something yet, or I haven't anyway.
Well, it depends on which ones. Depends on which ones.
Exactly.
Well, I know for a fact the yin yang symbol was specifically designed for me
Of course we do. We know
to
that.
to get me off my ass to go and fix the.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
I'll admit, for whatever reason, whether it's like just the times I've played and who I've been playing with, but half these symbols I have not even ever seen before.
I've seen some of
So
them. Just
it's going to be one of those things, isn't it? It's going to be the right people at the right time being on this mod, because some people. That's what when you've got
for plumbing the depths, yes. However, for doing it, no.
No, yeah, exactly.
Because Emily, who didn't, I think she may have gotten the most cards out of the three girls because she was fucking popping ideas, right? Yeah. And she hasn't done shit.
That's what I mean. No offense, but between the three of them, they haven't got. I mean, Jana's got the most playtime.
Yeah.
But none of. Well, Sheila plays quite a lot, but I'm just saying between the three of them, they haven't got like a wealth of like abilities and experience to kind of draw on a lot of this references.
Yep.
So and the fact they pulled it off fine. It's it shows that you don't need to have this stuff, but to kind of get the really deep meanings.
Actually, I would say they have an advantage. Two.
Yeah.
One, they're women. Two, they don't have all this crap in their head.
Exactly. I was just going to say that in a way they probably had an advantage because they weren't bogged down with all of this shit.
Yeah.
And we're going, oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to make so many fucking red herring connections. Oh, this must be because of this, and we'll have to look into this, and we'll probably get distracted enough where we might not even do this. But
Yeah.
it's so much shit
So
going on.
I'm glad you're with us, trying to spur us on to like check everything out on that.
That is my mission in this because I know we're gonna have to keep just weeding through everything until we get into the thing that's like, okay, this is the thing we need to follow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping that eventually we're going to come across some things in here that kind of connect to our little riddle, because that will allow us to. Some things already have, but I'm just saying.
I would like to point out also that this is the exploration part, which is the easy part. The thinking about what to do, that's where the prestige part kicks in.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Sexy time. As soon as Scott gets back, we'll...
Yeah, I mean, there's already things I'm a bit... the fourth line, confession shall help pierce the mystery. Confession. Well, I'm not sure that can relate to the Blue Man, because he's not talking, plus if we killed all three of them, then that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking...
Which I imagine the three of them may well have done.
Confession is something that's given up voluntarily. That's something that you voluntarily confess something. So if that was another word, so to me that's either we've got to persuade something or someone
to confess.
To confess.
Or one of us needs to confess.
Very true.
About what? I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm now imagining the Spanish Inquisition strapping Freddy to a chair. Confess! Confess!
Diminish your rival, learn another's history. I think we're already doing that. I think that refers to Janice. I think we're learning about Janice and her.
Yeah, diminish your rival is probably diminish the Blue Mage.
Yeah, by learning more about Janice, what she's planning to do and what she's trying to do, which we've kind of done a bit.
You know what? No, probably not. The confession might be Sandman. Although I don't know if he's going to be in this.
Probably not.
Because he had information on the Blue Mage that he was willing to share with us.
We still have not found petticoats yet.
Still haven't found those, yeah.
Lots of women's clothing, though.
Yeah, but petticoats are specific, yeah.
Yeah.
Non-petticoats.
However, you do have to give certain liberties with verse.
Well, basically, if we don't find petticoats, we're going to go back and get into women's clothing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You're still doing explore time. I get it.
Yeah.
Come on, Scott. Squeeze it. Shake it. Shake it.
Yeah. Thinking he might be taking it. Who does number 2 work for?
Yeah. No, I've been looking forward to running something like this for a bit.
On the times of 3, I'm kind of with Scott on this one that it might be the trident.
Yep.
So maybe each little time, I guess, has something on it.
Where's your other microphone? Where's your headset, Scott? Why aren't you wearing 8 or 10 of them? Okay. That's better. I want to see him wearing so many headsets that a fucking movie studio tries to bring him in. Come on, no, you work for us. What? Okay. Right. Now, from the Great Hall, you could either go back to the parlor, back to the minstrel's gallery, or onward to the kitchen.
Kitchen.
You guys head over to the kitchen. Now, on the stove, now, this one's going to show held by 5 different things. It's only held by 3. Sorry, I couldn't find that being done by 3. And also in the freezer are these.
Huh. Oh my god.
Yes.
Can't you do better than that?
There's a reason for those. There's a reason for everything in here.
Banquet.
Uh-huh.
Banquet.
Must be something nasty in that pot.
Well, there's also three handles which could relate again. 3 is a very. What's the symbology of 3? There's a lot of 3s coming up here.
They're,
Now,
those are clamps. They're clamping the lid on.
Also, from here, there are several different choices. There's either pull downstairs to get into the attic, there's a basement, there's a greenhouse, there's servants' quarters, and a back door.
Freddy looks like he's breaking a bit inside.
Yeah. This is where I want him. Every game, I want him just feeling like he's breaking.
You guys go wherever.
Right. So let's just start with the first one. Let's do it in order. Bam, 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 bam.
So pull downstairs to get into the attic?
Yep.
All right. Inside of the attic is a whole bunch of, could be junk, could be significant junk. Here's a picture of the kinds of things you find in the attic. The last one's an actual bumper sticker. The second to last one's about the size of a bowling ball, but it's not a bowling ball.
Whoa, it's my symbol.
See, I do not like the penultimate line of that.
Oh, cool, it's Zardo's head.
Yes, the Elvis painting is on velvet also.
I do not like the penultimate line of the riddle.
Oh, that we can't get out? Yeah, well.
No, that we can't come back. I would like to. I was going to say it would be nice to come back to this place once we're done to. Okay.
Although my personal favorite from the attic is the first one. But the 1, 2, 3, the fourth one right above the sombrero appears to be a hat of some sort, which you may or may not recognize. And then the sombrero you definitely recognize.
Oh yeah, Little Big Trouble, Little China.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 fucking dudes.
Mm-hmm.
The baby dribbler reminds me of Baby Safe.
Made some money on that investment.
Did big time. Right. Elvis painting, we've seen that before as well, haven't we?
Yes. I like Freddy squinting at the pictures like, the fuck does this all mean? What does it mean?
I don't remember seeing an Elvis.
You don't?
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, I don't know if it was a painting. No, I don't remember. No.
You can feel free to tell them where the Elvis painting was if you feel like it.
Oh, I can't remember myself. I can remember. I know I definitely remember seeing it.
See, the problem with memory rolls is that I don't know where you've seen it.
In that case, don't worry about it.
Because I run a lot of people. All right, so that's it for the attic. In the basement/root cellar, you find this stuff. There are, right above the Elvis painting, there's 3 bottles of that wine, that weird symbol, and then it's kind of a crude painting, and all the candles are lit. It looks like a lady in a white dress and stuff, kind of up there for some reason.
So that's a painting, not the actual...
No, the candles are all real. The lady in the white dress has been painted on the wall.
Oh. So that's what it looks like in the room we're in.
Yes. Creepy. Not especially creepy for you guys, because you've been through a lot of shit. But for normal people, they'd be like, this is a creepy room. Kinley's like, look, free booze. And
Another Triskelion inside of
it's on the wall.
Knot thing.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that we saw it in yellow, drawn in yellow in Burlington, in the windmill.
Yes.
And that symbol of the hand with the eye, I believe that is white, I think. The white AI.
Yeah, indeed, that is the white AI was.
Wow. Freddy's rocking. Considering he's never gotten to actually meet white AI, that's pretty good.
I mean, yeah.
That's it
Don't
for
know
the
about-
basement.
Don't know about the woman in the painting though.
Well, being a white dress, it could again be
Could be Janice
Janice or
Maddie or some other bullshit. I don't
or the white AI.
know.
Onward, as you're doing just a quick walkthrough.
Yeah.
In the greenhouse, the only thing really interesting, there's a bunch of dead plants and stuff. One of the pots, however, has this symbol on it. Next to the bottle of wine.
Okay.
You want back door or servants' quarters first?
7 quarters.
Very well. There's the little metal thing appears to be on a collar on like a teddy bear, and there's this stuff in the servants' quarters underneath the sombrero.